So today our topic is interior of the earth, and we'll focus on structure of the earth, rocks and minerals, and rock cycle. So structure of the earth. So there is three layer in the of the earth. The first layer is called crust, second layer is called mantle, and third layer is called core. So crust. So crust is the thinnest and the uppermost uh, layer of the earth, and this layer is between 8 to 50 kilometer. It is much thinner under the ocean than the continents, and the crust is composed of two different layers, that is upper crust or seal and sima, or the lower crust. So now what is seal or sima? The seal is what? It is made up of mainly two minerals, that is silica and aluminium, and sima, it is a lower crust. It is a lower crust. It is mainly composed of silica and magnesium. So seal, it is composed of silica and aluminium, and sima, it is composed of uh, silica and magnesium. And this layer has a density of about 3.0, and it lies just above the mantle. So above the mantle means that is crust. Now mantle. So mantle is what? Mantle or the mesosphere. So it has a thickness of about 2,900 kilometer, and it filled with magma or molten rocks. So you can see this part. This part is about 2,900 kilometer, and it is filled with magma or molten rocks. A magnesium iron silicate is the most common mineral found in the mantle. So here we'll found the magnesium or magnesium iron silicate, which is also known as olivine. Olivine. You can underline this one because it is olive green in color. Because of this color, it is called olivine. And core. So core is the interior of the earth, center of the earth, and here iron and nickel are the two main minerals which is from this layer. Therefore, it is also referred to as NIF. So it has extremely high pressure. The pressure is estimated about 3000 degree to 6000 degree Celsius. And it is said that the inner core is liquid from. Now let's see the rocks and minerals. So what is rocks? So rocks is the solid part of the earth crust. Rocks means the solid part of the earth crust. And minerals. Minerals which are natural inorganic substance containing one or more element uh, and have definite physical or chemical properties. This is called minerals. So these are the two definition of rocks and minerals. Now let's see the different types of rocks. So first type is igneous rock. So igneous rock are those rocks which have been formed as a result of solidification of magma. So when magma comes out because of its um, cool solidification, the magma, this type of rocks is formed. And there are two types of igneous rock. One is volcanic rocks, and number two is plutonic rocks. Now let's see the extreme or volcanic rocks. So when in the earth crust the magma reach the surface of the earth is form of lava, and it is then rapidly cools and solidifies, forming extrusive or volcanic rocks. Example of these two common types of rocks are basalt and obsidian are two common intrusive or volcanic rocks. Then intrusive or plutonic rocks. So granite and dolomite are two common examples of intrusive rocks, and these rocks are formed when magma cools down under the crust instead of breaking through the crust. So as a result, magma cools down slowly and it solidifies into rocks with large grains or crystal. So this is the diagram. This type of rock is formed. Next is sedimentary rocks. So usually the floor of the ocean, river, lakes, etc. have sediments which have been accumulated over long period of time. Sedimentary rocks are those rocks which have been formed from the hardening of such sediments. The disintegration of existing rocks on the surface of the earth in turn provide the sediments. So you will find this type of rocks on the floor of ocean, river, lakes, etc. So because of continuous means period of time, settling the sediments under this type of rock is formed. Some example of this type of rocks are like sandstone. Sandstone you will find near the riverside, limestone and clay. And these rocks are also known as stratified rocks, as the sediments have been deposited in layer or strata. Next is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock, these rocks have been completely different characteristics and appearance from the igneous and sedimentary rock. So this type of rocks example are marble, graphite, then quartzite have been formed from limestone, sandstone, coal respectively. So next is rock cycle. So this is diagram about the rock cycle. So rock undergoes a continuous process in which they change from one kind into another, and this process is known as rock cycle. Since the igneous rocks have been formed, first they are called the primary rocks. Then impact of different forces of nature, that is rain, water, rain, then weather change. Because of that different forces of nature, they integrate and the broken materials get deposited on the floor of the ocean, river or lakes. After that, the sediment rocks are formed, and these rocks become metamorphic rock when subjected to extreme pressure and temperature. Means pressure and temperature means when much heat is when they comes under much heat. Under extreme heat and pressure, the metamorphic and sedimentary rocks melts to form magma. So igneous rocks are then formed from magma. Thus rock cycle continues. So they will break down, again they will melt, again they will settle down. In this way the cycle goes on. So use of rocks. So rocks has many uses, we know that. We use rocks for building material, then a source of metal like iron, copper, aluminium and fossil fuel. We get salt from the rocks. Valuable gems like diamond, granite, garnets, jade, etc. can be extracted from the rocks.